Hello, beauties. We are here for the solstice group session. Welcome to the Solstice Oasis. I am so thrilled to be here with all of you today. So, the inspiration for this theme of Oasis, Lindsay, I'm so happy to see you too. The inspiration for this theme of the solstice oasis is that we are halfway through the year and it has been an intense year. And there is just such a joy in checking in, not to measure our progress or to see how well we're doing or to compare ourselves to other people, but to check in so that we can move forward with clarity and love, trust, and confidence. So if you're here, please go ahead and say hi, introduce yourself. Tamika, I am so happy that you are here as well. It is just such a joy to be here with all of you. Okay, so the solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, where most of us tuning in, hi Colleen, this is the longest day of the year. And in the Southern Hemisphere, we have the shortest day of the year happening. But regardless, this solstice acts as this portal way for clarity and for transformation and healing and clarity. Hi, Angelique. I'm so happy that you are here as well. So anyway, I'm just really basking in everybody's energy. I can feel it. So I have a Reiki candle lit already. I don't know if you can see it. And this is going out to anyone who would love some extra energy support. I have my rose incense lit. I have my sunstone, my citrine stones, my moonstone with me. And what we're going to do first is we're going to start off with a centering practice, and then we are going to do a group reading and some energy healing to assist us in moving forward. And then we're going to do some mini readings, and I'll let you know about all of that as we go. And before we get started, if we have not met, I am Lauren K. Wyatt. I'm so happy that you're here. I've been a professional psychic for, I think it's 13 years now. And in this time, I have really come to connect with the moon cycles and the seasons and this cosmic wisdom and this earth wisdom. And I find that when we can tap into these different energies, it really supports us in moving forward with trust, love, and confidence. And especially now, with it being such an intense time, there is so much chaos happening, so much division happening. And right now, with it being the solstice and June 20th, I keep thinking it's July. It's crazy. I'll tell you more about that later. But we're in this time of Cancer season. And so everyone is going to be feeling a little extra emo. This is my natal moon sign. And it's just a time for us to really come home to ourselves. So that's kind of my intention for this session, is just to support everyone in finding their inner oasis as we move through this life together. Because when we can find ourselves, we are liberated and we are empowered. And Angelique, I see your comment. Is Michael Mapes here? I don't see him on my creepy screen where I can see everyone. I'm going to just check Instagram real quick. Oh my gosh, Richard's here. Hello. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, Now's here. Hi, beauty. Olivia, I'm so happy. Andrew, hello. Okay. I like to say hi to everyone. And if Michael's here, that's amazing too. I believe Michael's a Cancer sun. So it's very special that we're all here together. Okay, beauty. So as we tune in, here's what I want to do. I'm going to lead us just in a short centering practice. And then instead of using the tarot cards like I usually like to do for these sessions, Spirit has asked me to use a couple different oracle decks. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're multitasking. I'm doing things a little different. It's all good. And then we'll do some energy healing too. So if you're not driving, if you're able to, if it feels comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. Connect with your breath, both feet on the ground so that we can connect with Mother Earth. I like to put my hands in the air so that I can be open to receive. All of this is an invitation for you as well. Divine creator and creatrix, divine creator and creatrix, divine creator and creatrix. Our spirit guides, our ancestors and allies, our spirit guides, our ancestors and allies, our spirit guides, our ancestors and allies, our higher selves, our higher selves, our higher selves. Thank you for being with us. I request spiritual assistance in infusing this space with divine love, divine light, divine truth. I ask that everybody on this call, whether they're here live for the recording or that they listen, but they're here live or for the recording, and all of their loved ones, that everybody feel loved and blessed and whole by our time together today, and that everyone have clarity in whatever form that looks like for them, and that whatever needs to be revealed comes forward. Right now, beloveds, go ahead and set your intention for our time together today. What would you like to receive? What would you like to experience in our time together? I'm feeling this energy of gratitude and trust, but whatever it is for you, take a moment to connect with that. It could be a word, a phrase, a feeling. Let's just take a deep breath in and out. And so it is. Okay, so if you feel like it, go ahead and write your intention in the chat. And I am tuning in. So here's what we're doing. I said I was going to use a couple oracle decks. The first one is this Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle, because we are in the time of the summer solstice. And the other one, because I am just feeling some big time mermaid energy, we're using the Sisters of the Sea, the healing magics from the mermaids. These are just such beautiful decks. And I will go ahead and share them when I'm done so that you'll know, and you'll know the author's name and how to find them. Yes. So our first question that we're tuning in with today is, what are we completing? Now, it's really important, especially like at these Oasis checkpoints, because this is your time to just love on yourself and just connect with your heart and what's true for you, and to look at what's happened over the year. And what I'm feeling is that it may not even just be this year. Like this could be the last 5 years, like since we all endured 2020 together. It could go lifetimes beyond this, but we really need to look at what's completing, because so many of us are going through such profound changes that a recalibration is taking place as well. And when our energy is recalibrating, we can just feel so little cuckoo. We can just notice like this intensity and craziness outside of us. And all of this is an invitation to unplug from all the drama and to come back to yourself. So I'm going to just check the comments real quick. Colleen her intention is receiving love, and she is my dear soul friend and a Cancer rising. So we're here with that. Thank you, Colleen. And Angelique says she's needing closure for something that's been orbiting far too long regarding her mother's state. Desperately wanting closure by the end of the month. Will it come on my timeline, or am I being too impatient? Oh, impatience has been a huge theme these days. Sometimes we can see the end and we're like wanting to rush it, but what's coming through right now, and this isn't just for you, Angelique, it's for all of us, is to really connect with who you're becoming in the process. So as we look at what is completing, we're also looking at where we are going. And she meant a state and not state. I totally get that. Makes complete sense. Tamika says love and lightness of the next step. And hi, Mike. I'm so glad you're here. Healing physical and emotional. That's so beautiful. Okay, so for our first card on what we're completing, this card is from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck, and it says horse on it, number 18. And then we have over here from the Sisters of the Sea Oracle deck is the next part of your journey. So, okay, super fun. So with this horse energy, we have, there's this whole feeling of, right now, we're looking at the places where we have been trapped or where our spirit has been broken. And when we think of horses, there are these beautiful creatures that they're out in the wild, they're running and they're free, and then they're caught and they have to, like that saying, like breaking a horse. It's so sad, isn't it? So right now, what spirit wants us to do is, even though we're in this time of solstice, and remember, in the southern hemisphere right now, they're going through their winter solstice, which is all about that introspection and connecting with the darkness. And here in the summer solstice, we're connecting with the light. And both are important and both inform the other. So with this horse, the horse wisdom that's coming through is what is completing is the ways that you have given your power away. And what I'm hearing is the ways that you've given your power away through conforming, or they're telling me letting other people tell you who you are, and letting other people's approval of you dictate whether or not you are free. This is such a huge topic right now, because there's a lot happening, not just in the United States, but everywhere, where there's a lot of things we don't have control over. But what we do have control over is where we focus our energy. And this isn't about running a bypass or pretending like everything is wonderful, but it's being honest with yourself about who you give your power away to, what you give your power away to, and to know that it's an illusion if you think that you are powerless. Like, yes, other people may be behaving in a way that you don't like, decisions could be made that you don't like. All of that is completely valid, but what horse spirit wants to remind you of is that even if you are in a situation where you feel trapped and where you feel helpless, you are still free. You are a part of the divine, of source. You are a spiritual being having this human experience. And so the companion card that comes with what's completing, we have this beautiful mer creature here. And with this, with the next part of your journey coming up. So what I'm getting is whatever you thought you were doing next, or whatever life plan you had planned for the beginning of the year for New Year's resolutions, things are shifting, and that it's time for you to be a little more flexible. What's coming in right now is there's a lot of themes of the illusion of control. The illusion of control is, in the way that I'm using it in this context, it's from this system that I created called the illusions of relationship, where it informs us of where we can unconsciously, subconsciously push love away and sabotage ourselves. And the illusion of control comes up when we are just so freaking focused on how we want things to unfold, what we want to happen, what has to happen. We get really upset when things don't go according to plan. And we end up micromanaging the universe, because sometimes when something is not working out, whether it's a relationship or it's some new contract or a job promotion, or, I mean, so many possibilities here. When something is not quote unquote working out or going according to plan, what you need to keep in mind is that there is a divine creativity that is working through all of this. And to lose the judgment is what I'm also hearing. So this number 18 that comes up on this horse card, the number 18 in the human design system, which is an amazing system that it involves astrology, which I love and I'm obsessed with, and some different modalities. But it can really show us how we're energetically wired and what our gifts are. And it's a complex system. But anyway, the number 18 in human design is the gate of judgment. And the spirit of the horse is coming through in this way in our reading on what's completing, is to look at how you view things and the judgments that you have. Now, our judgments can inform us of our preferences. It can show us our triggers, and it can also lead us into new levels of discernment, which is needed. Now, what's completing here is maybe the things that you are viewing as bad, like maybe right now it's super uncomfortable, but the situation could be in its process of transformation. And I'm hearing that it is for the next part of your journey, which is the other card. So any comments on this? I see Colleen said that she's completing the need to perform, prove, or beg to be loved, and the horse energy is spot on. Yes. See, I love the honesty here, because this need to perform, it really, like, it's like, who are we performing for? Like, who, and to me, it feels like a kind of conformity that comes into play that keeps us away from our authentic truth. And we've all been there. We've all done that. And if any of us, myself included, as this reading's for me as well, if that's coming up, it's like, just notice it and realize that you do have a choice. You really, really do. So as I continue on, I'm going into, let me check Instagram real quick to see if we have any comments there. Okay, I don't see any just yet. But for this next card, we are looking into what is emerging. So the card that comes up for what is emerging from the Seasons of the Witch deck is Sun Magic. And the other card from the, I keep looking, Sisters of the Sea deck, I'm like, what is that called again? Is Stop Right There. Wow. Okay. So with this time of solstice, we are absolutely working with this solar energy. And the sun, the sun, it can stand for the patriarchy in many ways. The sun can also reflect our soul energy. And the sun, since it's out in the middle, in the light of day, it can let us know about the expectations of society and what it is to perform. And sometimes a lot of our natural gifts or who we are, it may not fit into the mainstream paradigm. So what is emerging right now is a new way to use your solar energy. And what this points to is each and every person has a gift. Every person has this divine spark within them, has different ways that their soul would love to express itself in this human reality. And what this Stop Right There card means, and this is something I was sensing before the session, and I was wondering how it was going to come up, is there's this, I'm reading it like it is just something that's etched into the collective psyche of, and the saying is, make hay while the sun shines. It's just like, you got to hustle, you got to get it while it's good, you have to ride that wave. You have to do all these things, meet all these goals, manifest all the time. And Spirit is saying, stop, because what is emerging is a different way to move forward, a way that is more authentic to you, a way that is more gentle. So what's coming in here is to look at how, like, where you have given your power away, but also to get clear on what it is that you are working toward. Now, the sun, with the Sun Magic card, it can also point us to what can create success and clarity, and our desires. I had a conversation with my husband last night, and he was saying that in our conversations, it sounded like to me that desire was having a purpose. And that so resonated with me. Desire being this creativity and this purpose that we can share with other people. So the way that this is coming up here is to just know that there is this light inside of you that wants to come through, and that doesn't have to come through these normal mainstream ways, and that you can use your energy in a way that feels good and what is emerging is this new way forward. And I'm going to go and check the chat real quick. So it looks like we have some fun conversation happening. So Tiffany Michelle, hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm so happy you're here. So she says, I relate to that, Colleen. What also comes up for me is that my dad was officially diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I feel I've let go of the belief that I could change the outcome. Wow. I knew he had cognitive decline, but no, I can accept what has to come next and not feel guilty. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is such a beautiful share. And this process of grief, it is such a deeply transformative process, and it is right on time for this season of this Cancer zodiac sign. And I'm sending you so much love, Tiffany Michelle. It is so hard to move through that. And I'm so happy that you're here. And Colleen sends you a hug. I'm sure you saw that. And Tiffany, yes, we met in Colorado. Hi. I totally remember you. I remember you lost your ID. Okay, it's all coming back. Thank you. Oh, sometimes when someone's out of context and you're like, okay, I know exactly who you are. I'm so happy that you're here. And I remember you're a manifester too, I believe. Okay, so Tamika, yes, stop pushing, doing. Exactly. I love that. So what's emerging is really this new way to move forward and a new way to use your energy. And your soul really wants to come out and play. And this really is, as chaotic and crazy as it is, and with all the intensity happening, this really is your time to shine. And oh, Tiffany, I am so glad you're here. And I so remember you. I can see you right now. Okay, so let me look to see if anyone. Hi, Linda. Hi, Claire. So happy that you're here too. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So the next question we have here is how to anchor. Ooh, I have a feeling this is going to lead us into the energy healing portion that we're going to do. So the card that comes up here, it says paper boats. It's number 27. And I'm guided to read the poetic caption on it. It says, stay afloat and don't tilt too much. A lesson awaits you. Whoa. This one says low tide. Okay. So how to anchor is what I'm sensing and feeling is to really understand how to use your emotional energy and how to understand this emotional energy. We have a lot of water themes that are happening right now. To know when an emotion is yours or someone else's, and how to allow that to move through you. And to also, what Spirit is asking all of us to do is not to discount how resilient we have already become. And to also be okay if there's a wobble that happens. So again, kind of leading back to the beginning of the reading, if something doesn't go according to plan, it doesn't mean that the plan is wrong, that you have to throw it all out, or that anyone has done anything wrong or bad. It is simply an invitation to stay with yourself. And what I'm hearing is not to abandon yourself. Sometimes when there is significant emotional energy happening, we can really lose ourselves, whether it's ours or someone else's, or it's in the collective. This is learning how to respond to the wobbles and to the spiral of the universe in a way that allows your wholeness to come through. In this new chapter, healing is absolutely something that all of us get to tune in with ourselves about. And when I say healing, I don't mean fixing. I don't mean that you have to be perfect and not get knocked down by life. But what I do mean is checking in with yourself and being honest with yourself about where you are and being courageous enough to feel these feelings, to grieve and to move forward, because life as we knew it, well, it's changed for quite, like, over the last 5 years. There's been a massive recalibration. Life has absolutely changed, and you need to remember how strong you are, and that you don't have to let these waves knock you down. But if they do, it is totally fine. You can just get back up. Sometimes falling is a part of the journey. Sometimes failing, they're telling me, is a part of the journey, and to also look at how you feel about failure. So I'm seeing Britt is here. Hello, beauty. I've not seen you in forever. She says, Tiffany, my grandpa has Alzheimer's. Oh, he's 90. You're his living caregiver. That's what a blessing it is for him to have you with him. That is just such a beautiful, that's so beautiful that you get to be with him in this last part of his life and get to assist him. Wow. So I want to give an emotional check-in with everybody. How's everybody feeling? What I'm sensing about this solstice is, moving forward, self-awareness is key, and being aware of why you're doing what you're doing. Is it to conform, fit in, prove, perform? I think I already said, no, I said conform. So conform or perform, and how to just be you no matter what's happening. The sky is always just the sky, and it has different weather that it experiences every day, and different clouds and beautiful sunsets and all of these things. But it is still the sky. So no matter what is happening, you will shift and you will change. But you can adapt and respond differently and grow, and you're not meant to stay the same, but you don't have to worry when something does not go according to plan. Tamika says, anchoring in a storm feels hard amongst the chaos. So on target, though. Thank you. Yes, we're not really taught to anchor in the storm. But in a way we are. It's like shelter in place. Okay. So all of us are, again, finding our own home within ourselves. I'm going to check Instagram. So, hi, Steph. I'm so happy you're here. She says, yes, Mars and Virgo. I'm learning to listen more and care for my body during these turbulent times. Oh my gosh, that is incredible. All of us get to learn and care for our bodies in this time. What a wonderful way to come home, and such a positive way to stay clear, because if we take care of ourselves, that allows us to respond with clarity and confidence. We trust ourselves, and it helps our relationships too. And Michael says, I'm feeling better now. I let a lot of anxiety and fear into myself today. I've been looking forward to this meeting all day. Oh my gosh, Michael, I've been thinking about you and your family all day too. We all need to have a Zoom sesh. Michael and I've known each other forever. I'm so glad that you're here. Your energy really uplifts all of us. Okay, so now, beauties, we're going to transition into the next part of the session. And this is where I'm going to do something where I'm going to just see what comes through. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm going to see what spirit wants me to channel for all of us. See, I can't even. So anyway, but before I do that, I want to tell you about something really exciting that I'm doing. I'm running a special solstice illumination session. So if you don't know, the illumination session is it's a reading, it's a healing, it's an experience that I have available where not only am I able to use my talents and my connection with spirit to guide my clients, but I also tune in and look at their energy and channel a whole healing for them. And I think spirit kind of wants me to do this for all of us right now, which I'm kind of scared about actually, but I'm trusting the wobble here. And in this session, what it does is it really helps you align with your divine path and what is meant for you. Now, this session is normally $222. It runs for an hour. I am offering them for $155. Now, I thought I was only going to have this available until June 27th, but as I said at the beginning of the call, I keep thinking it's July. So on the website, it says July 27th. And I was thinking, I'll just change that. But then I tuned in and I heard, no, the special is actually meant to last until the end of July. So yay for all of us, I trust. I'll give that link here. And another part of that offer is not only do you get this incredible session at a beautiful special rate, but you will also be gifted with a free month to my Clarity Portal membership, where members get daily psychic insights, weekly readings with channeled transmissions, and a monthly energy forecast as well. And there's you can just do it for that month. You don't have to stay. It's a really beautiful offering that came into my heart to give all of you as a sacred invitation. So I'll give all those details in a bit. But for now, I wanted to get the logistics part out of the way because I don't know what's going to happen. So for now, to receive the healing, what I want to do is I'm just going to pause and tune in and just tell you what I see. And please be patient with me, as sometimes it takes me a few seconds to just connect. So let's all just come into this together. So this healing is for every single person who listens to this transmission, whether it is live or recorded. I'm tuning into the collective aura of our virtual psychic space together. And this image that comes in, I see so much lightning. And this reminds me very much of the Tower card and the Tarot, where there's lightning, a building's on fire, everything is crashing down. It's one of the scarier cards in the deck, but as I observe this, it isn't fear that I feel, what I'm seeing is the old form of what was, the old way of doing things. I'm seeing that it's this cage, which reminds me of the card that I pulled, the horse card at the beginning of the session. This cage, this soul cage, is breaking. Now in my heart and mind's eye, I see imagery that reminds me greatly of the Judgment card in the tarot. Judgment is something else that came up in our session. And what I'm seeing here and what I'm feeling is that this is very much a card of purpose. Even if we don't like the soul cage, it was our comfort zone. Even if it scares us that it's being taken away, what I'm seeing is this is what we wanted, this is what we signed up for, and all is well. There is a peace. I am feeling this code of divine peace. And if you would like to receive any of these codes, just say yes aloud. Say yes with your heart, with your third eye. So there is this divine peace and this sacred grounding energy that's coming in. This judgment here is not to tell you whether you're good or bad. It is just a call and encouragement. It is the sacred trumpet, the celebration for you being on your path. The solstice, especially the summer solstice, this is a time of reclamation. This is a time of abundance. This is a time of success and celebration. By being alive here on planet Earth, this is a celebration. Each one of you here has sacred medicine to share, beautiful gifts to share. I'm seeing these gardenias and this medicine of the gardenia is blessing all of us, showing us that it is okay to let your light shine, that it's okay to be polished. There's this code of sacred polish that's coming through. It's just dusting you off, coming in with this code of divine wholeness. What I hear is it's okay that not everything is going according to plan. Your plan was never the plan. So right now, dear ones, let's lift up any plans that have not gone according to plan, any disappointments that we have. And let's just offer this to the divine, trusting that Mother Earth will make more flowers with any pain, any grief, anything that's coming up. This healing is ending. I see the Star Tarot reminding me of healing and the Temperance card that invites us into patience. Patience, patience, patience. Healing and shining. And of course, the sun. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, wow. um, let me know what you experienced, if you felt anything from that. I know I definitely did. And now I'm going to just take a sip. I was a little scared of doing that, as I haven't done that quite in this way. But this is something that happens similar to what happens in the illumination sessions, which is a part of the summer solstice or solstice special that I have to celebrate this season. Oh, Colleen, I'm so glad that the message resonated. And Britt, I'm so glad. Yes, patience is so important. It really is. And it's underrated. Sometimes we can get so impatient, which can cause us to be super critical with ourselves. So I'm going to check Instagram to see if anybody said anything. Okay, I'm going to come back. Okay, beauties. So now what we're going to do in the rest of our time together is I'm going to do some individual card pulls for whoever would like a card. Even if I see that you're here, I'm not grabbing one from you unless you tell me that you want one. So if you would like one, go ahead and let me know. And for this, I'm using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. This is I was glad that I was still guided to use this, because it is like my old faithful for these kinds of readings. I don't need cards or tools when I give readings, but it feels really it's helpful in this type of space. And I just love this deck because it always seems to give everyone what they need. So let me check comments here. Okay, this is so... Tiffany says, I felt a very calm knowing in my belly space rather than feeling fear in my chest. This felt like exactly where I'm meant to be. Thank you. Beautiful feeling to feel held. Oh my gosh. You are so welcome. With this Cancer zodiac season, we really are in the time of the Divine Mother, and it's a pleasure for all of us to feel held and to facilitate something where that's the energy that came through. So thank you. Tamika says, felt so helpful and words needed to hear and items to relinquish. Really beautiful to hear your insight. Oh my gosh, I love this. Let me check over here. Okay, I see Michael says, whoa, intense. Felt the grounding moving through my body. Amazing. I love that. And I see the request for cards. So let me... Michael, I'm going to go ahead and start... Actually, hold on. Stephanie's before you. So I'm going to start with Stephanie, and then I'm going to go to Michael, and then I'll leave Instagram and come back to the other. Sorry for having to tell you all about the logistics of navigating only two different tabs in this case. So Stephanie, I am going to tune in to you. Honey, the card that comes up for you, Stephanie, is flow. And I love this because he's standing in this water. So there's emotion that's with him in this imagery. He's touching the water and he has his hand on his heart. And you are just guided to just be with what is, and to trust that whatever is in your path, there is no resistance. You are guided to flow and to lead with your heart. Now, the number 10 here in the human design system, which I talked about, this is the gate of self-love. And I know that you mentioned this already, but I want to reiterate how intuitive and wise it is that like with your Mars being in Virgo, that you are really taking care of your body. That's a form of self-love, and that's exactly what you need to flow. Okay, so Mike, this is your card. Yours is embrace. And the last comment that I read from you was saying that you could feel the grounding running through your body. And this card reminds me just of that, as we have this man, his heart is open, his aura's super big, and he's so connected to the earth. And what I'm getting here for you is that you need to embrace your gifts of working with energy and allowing that to flow. When you have your energy focused on the right things, and I don't mean right at like in a judgment type of way, but where like it's when you're truly following what brings you joy and what lights you up, or you're taking that energy in with you. Like even if you're doing the laundry, it's just like, you know what, I'm in my joy, I'm grounded, I'm supported. This will help you move energy. So also, before I move on to the next cards here, all of these cards, even if they come up being for someone else, all of these cards, they reflect different parts of us. So if someone's card resonates with you, and it's not your card, that's probably why. So the next card we have here is for Colleen. Colleen, we have this card, Confront. And it has the number 18, which has come up a few times in this reading, which is that gate of judgment here. So if there is any, like if there's a confrontation that needs to happen, or if there's a pattern that you're ready to see and look at, you are guided to confront that, but to do that in a way that nourishes and allows you to have joy in your heart and in your body. So if there is something that you are currently doing, or or relationship dynamic that you're engaged in where like there's no joy in it, where maybe just because you mentioned this before, it has like it's performance oriented, all of that. Now's the time to just lovingly bring that to the surface, to confront it within yourself first, and to move forward with that joy, and to know that you are completely supported by the universe in what you are confronting. You are resilient and you have done hard things. So we have Lindsay. Okay, Lindsay, the card that comes up for you is the sacral chakra. So this is a chakra that is all about legacy. This is about the joy of building. This is about your creative power. And it can also be connected to work as well. So what Spirit is guiding you to do is, and I'm noticing this number 2 here. In numerology, 2 is a card that's very much about love and relationships and intuition and emotions. And this is something that you're guided to look at, and how you work. Like, is there love in the things that you are doing? Are you being loving with yourself? Are you connected to any emotions that are coming up, to your intuition? What I'm also hearing is that in this time, at this checkpoint, as we are at this solstice oasis, you are really being guided to move forward in a way that nourishes your emotions, are telling me. that nourishes your emotions and validates these desires that you have. So please sit with us and let me know. Okay, so Tiffany, this card is for you, beauty. Daydreams and decisions. Wow. So what I'm sensing about you is that you have really been in this period of contemplation, and you are connecting with your heart and looking at this whole situation in this new kind of a way, where you're seeing who you were before, you're seeing who you're becoming, you're seeing all these versions of what was, all these different timelines and possibilities. And what's coming in is it is time to make a decision, and to know that there's no bad decision. If you need to course correct, that's totally fine, but to let yourself have the power of making the decision is what I'm sensing. So let me go over here to Instagram. You're so welcome, Mike. Okay, coming back. And if you want, gentle reminder, if you want a card, let me know. All right, Angelique, this one's for you. Girl, this says listen. Also has the number 2, which we talked about this number in Lindsay's card pull earlier. Okay, so given what you shared at the beginning about your mother's estate, when things do not always go according to plan, it is because there is a higher plan involved. And what I'm seeing here is, instead of trying to force something to happen, is to get into a more receptive mode. When we're listening, we're in a place of reception. We're really hearing what someone else is saying. We are tuned in to our intuition, to the soul of the world. And you're guided to listen, not just with your ears or with your inner hearing, but also in noticing the different signs that are around you, and to remember to feel your feelings and to wait. It will open up, but there's a time for rest and receptivity, and not quite so much doing that is being called for right now. So Tamika, yay. You say yes. Oh, yes, please. Okay, I'm going to assume this is for the card. So girl, the card that I pulled for you is lead. And when I see this card, I'm looking at the number 4, and I'm feeling this rooted, stable energy. The different themes we've been talking about: staying grounded, being rooted, finding that core, being okay with the wobble, but standing tall and confident. And I feel this masculine presence, and I'm sensing that this is a man that could come into your life, and I'm feeling that it has this kind of romantic energy. So it would be time for you to use this time to really kind of look at what you want in a relationship, and the kind of partner that you would love to call in. Because I'm feeling like this person is asking for you, even if you two haven't met yet. That's fun. Okay, let's see. All right. So next up, I see Ruby. Yay. Ruby, your card is spread your wings. We have the number 2 again, which has come up already for a couple of people. And this spread your wings. Spread your wings. Open heart. You are tuning in to some new frequencies and this new calling. There's this new purpose or desire that's opening up, but you have to be willing to receive it. So what I'm hearing is for you to walk with this heart open gesture. And right now, if you're just sitting down or lying down, just kind of adjust your posture so that your chest is out. When you lead with this open heart, you are so in your joy and you are so connected, and you are a magnet for goodness, a magnet for abundance. And this is something that tunes you into what your version of freedom is, but to really receive it, you get to remember to open your heart and to do those physical motions for doing that. That's exciting. Okay. And Britt, I see you as well. Honey, love. Love is a card that comes up for you. This is very much a card of the lovers. This really bodes well if you have a love inquiry in your heart, and to also know that your inner harmony and your peace is what is important, and to be okay with allowing more beauty in your life. You are working so hard, but the beauty is very nourishing. So whether it's taking time to smell the roses, to be in this energy of love, but this quality of peace is so important. And if there's a conflict, because gate 6 in human design is the gate of conflict, there's also an opportunity for peace. So to follow your peace and to trust that when you love yourself and when you choose peace for you, it really allows you to have these beautiful partnerships. Oh, Colleen says, thank you. Confront totally makes sense. I'm so glad. Lindsay says, boy, howdy, so good. Thank you. Tiffany says, beautiful, very much lands. I'm so glad. Britt, Angelique heard what I said. Tamika says, interesting, trust the wobble. And video form, I see that you would like a card as well. This is from YouTube. I'm so happy you're here. And I'm seeing you have another comment that says, trying to figure out how to find my soul purpose or calling and career. Would like to align more with inner abundance, yet I felt lost. I so understand that. And it is feeling like we have a purpose is so important. It really, really is. And I love that you said would like to align with more inner abundance. Sometimes, so often, and hey, I have absolutely done this as well. This is how I found out that the inner abundance was like the key to everything, is that we can go for these external outcomes. And when we go for these external outcomes of like abundance and hitting goals and all these things, it can really disconnect us from our purpose. So the fact that you want to find your soul purpose or your calling or your career, that already shows that it's here. The inquiry is there, and you are very much in the right place and looking at that inner alignment first. And feeling lost is okay. It's a part of the journey. So, video form, the card that I just now grabbed for you, it says darkest fears, but don't, there's no, if there's any fear that comes with hearing this, just notice it. But here's what's beautiful about this is like we have the moon cycles by his head. And I love following the moon. I consider myself to be a lunar guide because doing moon work and the moon cycles is so important. And right now, like on this day of recording this, the moon is in a waning crescent in the northern hemisphere. She's in a waning crescent, and this is a time to let go of something. So there is a fear that you have about, maybe because my feeling is that you have an idea of what your soul purpose is. You have an idea of what that is. And obviously it's spiritual in nature, or you wouldn't be asking the question in the way that you were. There are some spiritual gifts here that want to be realized, but there's a fear that comes with exploring that or bringing that into your life. And, all of us, like there's so much conditioning around this. It's hard to come out of the spiritual closet, the witch closet, the psychic closet, all these different things. And there are lifetimes that we've endured where it really was not safe to be ourselves, or we had to do our soul work like in the dark. And what spirit wants you to know is to just acknowledge what that fear could be, and to use this time, especially, it is the solstice. We have the longest day of the year happening right now. All of this light and clarity is here, and just bringing this fear to light. And this goes for anyone listening to this, bringing these fears to light right now and just saying, okay, this is what it is. And I am giving this as an offering to the universe. I am letting this go. Naming the fear can really help us move forward. So I hope that helps. Ruby says, thank you, Lauren. I absolutely resonate with the card, and also the card you read for Lindsay. Oh my gosh. And both of them had the number 2 on it, I think. I love that. Britt says, why am I here? Should I pull a card for that? Okay. You're so welcome, video form. All right. So I just checked Instagram. I don't see any more comments. As we leave our time together today, what I'm asking you to do is to just sit with yourself. I want to say for 5 minutes, but maybe it's less time than that. Maybe it's more time with that, but to just do some journaling and some inner inquiry on what you received in our time together, or anything that came up for you. This has been such a big call. We have looked at what's being completed, where we're seeing the ways that we've held ourselves back, the soul cage that we're in, the healing that I did for the group shows that that's breaking down, and that can feel really uncomfortable, but that there's peace in the unfolding. And we've acknowledged the different fears that we have as well about moving forward. And we're also realizing that we get to move forward in this new way, in this way where we can have conversations like this, where we can where we can all uplift and support each other like this, where it's safe to be ourselves. This is a world that we're creating, even if it looks crazy, and to just know that you are supported. Now, also, I do have that solstice illumination special. Instead of it being $222, it's $155. And it comes with a 1-month membership to my Clarity portal, which is weekly predictions, daily short messages, and a monthly forecast. It's absolutely incredible. That is $33 a month, but this month it is available to you as a gift with that solstice illumination session. And for people who are already in the Clarity portal, if you choose to get one of these readings, you can use your special Clarity portal discount as well, which is 22% off. So all of this is for you, and this is my offering for you. Tamika says, your intuition and insight is always so authentic and amazing. So thank you for all the gifts you offer. Oh, thank you so much for recognizing me and for really receiving what I have to offer. I so just adore you, Tamika, and I love that all of you are here right now. So as we wrap up our time together, my Instagram video form is at Lauren K. Wyatt, and that's K-A-Y, like my name that's on the screen if you can see it, Lauren K. Wyatt, at Lauren K. Wyatt. So, beauties, let's take a moment to let's take a deep breath. I look forward to hearing what came up for you around in our solstice Oasis session. It has been such an honor to serve you and be with you. So much love and these solar blessings of clarity and success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, beauties, see you soon. Bye.